ancient Vedic philosopher once said, "An eclipse is not just an astronomical event, it's the universe whispering in shadows." But what if that whisper isn't random? What if it's pulling you somewhere specific? A place you're meant to be? You've probably heard the myths, energy shifts, spiritual awakenings, even quantum alignments. But here's the thing. There are actual destinations on Earth where this energy concentrates. And in just a moment, I'll reveal one that changed a mystic's life forever. A solar eclipse is not chaos, it's precision. The moon, 400 times smaller than the sun, aligns perfectly because it is also 400 times closer to Earth. This ratio is not random. It is rare, precise, divine. In scientific terms, an eclipse is the blocking of sunlight, a temporary distortion of electromagnetic balance. But light is not just brightness, it is information. It governs our circadian rhythms, regulates our hormones, affects how our brains process reality. When that light is disrupted, so are we. When that light is disrupted, so are we. But not in a way that's awakening. Research shows that during an eclipse, the sudden dip in solar radiation leads to a brief reset of the nervous system. Heart rate slows, cortisol levels drop. There's an unexplainable quieting inside the body. For some, it feels like anxiety. For others, revelation. Just like meditation or a sudden storm. It strips away the surface noise. But why do we feel this? Some physicists suggest it's the sheer gravitational tension. Earth, moon, and sun aligning perfectly, stretching space-time like a held breath. Others say it's the electromagnetic flux, fields colliding, realigning, affecting the tiny ions in our bloodstream. And yet, science is only half the picture. To mystics and seekers across time, an eclipse was never just a shadow. It was a signal. A rare, cosmic rhythm that called the soul to move, to shift, to travel, not just across landscapes, but across inner thresholds. To travel during an eclipse is to trace the path of the shadow, the umbra. It stretches thousands of kilometers across Earth, touching only select lands for moments. These places, for those who follow the skies, become sacred. They are charged not just with darkness, but with potential. In ancient times, sages didn't fear eclipses, they sought them. Vedic astrologers would cross kingdoms to perform rituals under eclipse skies. In South America, the Inca interpreted eclipses as moments when the sun god was speaking directly to Earth. And today, modern pilgrims still follow these paths, not to escape life, but to deepen it. There is a kind of energetic thinning during eclipses. In spiritual traditions, it's known as a veil drop, where the boundaries between dimensions become porous. Meditation deepens, visions become vivid, intentions set during this time ripple louder into the universe. But the power doesn't just come from the sky, it comes from where you stand beneath it. Certain places are known to amplify this energy. Think of Sedona, Arizona. Its red rocks, long believed to host electromagnetic vortexes. Or Mount Shasta, California, a mountain said to house ancient Lemurian energy. In India, Varanasi and Arunachala become pilgrimage hotspots during eclipses. These aren't just locations, they're spiritual amplifiers. One such place sits quietly in the Himalayas, Tunganath, the highest Shiva temple in the world. In 2010, during a total solar eclipse, a Himalayan mystic known only as Swami Vyas undertook a silent pilgrimage there. He'd suffered chronic illness for over a decade, but he believed the eclipse would align his soul with the cosmic order. He fasted for 21 days, arriving at the peak just as the sun dimmed into ringed darkness. Locals say that, during that moment, winds stopped. Birds vanished. Swami Vyas sat in complete stillness. He claimed his illness was gone. Medical records confirmed it. Inflammation had disappeared. No drugs, just alignment. You could call it coincidence, or you could call it resonance. Because when consciousness, intention, location, and celestial timing align, transformation becomes less a miracle and more a pattern we don't fully understand yet. And this is where science begins to meet spirit, not in contradiction, but in curiosity. Quantum physics tells us that reality is not fixed, it is probability. Observation affects outcome. Intention alters results. Everything is entangled. And what is an eclipse, if not the grandest observation? Millions watching, millions feeling. A global focus pulling on the fabric of the field. In quantum terms, this collective attention creates a spike in coherence, an unseen moment where possibility ripples stronger. In spiritual terms, it is a cosmic breath where source exhales and those attuned inhale. The moon doesn't just block the sun, it casts a moment of reset, a fractal in time where your story can be rewritten. When you travel during this window, physically or spiritually, you become part of the waveform. You step into alignment, not just with nature, but with the architecture of the universe. So whether you find yourself beneath the Chilean skies, walking the sands of Egypt, meditating on a rooftop in Bali, or simply still beneath your own sky, an eclipse is not something to watch. It's something to feel. Because the journey isn't just across the earth, it's into the self, into that quiet, quantum space between thoughts, where transformation waits. And when science, travel, and spirit converge, a new kind of map unfolds, one not made of borders, but of frequencies. So when the next eclipse comes, don't just look up, move, feel. A new kind of map unfolds, one not made of borders, but of frequencies. So when the next eclipse comes, don't just look up, move, feel, travel, align, because the shadow might just be showing you the light.